Hey, have you ever wondered why so few people are actually able to build wealth or financial freedom? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you the reasons why most people never reach financial freedom, and I'm going to show you how to escape that problem. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Alex. I'm a licensed insurance advisor and financial planner, and I help people just like you create more income, create more financial freedom, and build wealth so you can live the life that you truly want. So as you come on into this video, hey guys, please go ahead, put your name in the comment area so I can shout you out directly. And share this with a friend, share this with a colleague, share this with somebody that you care about. Because let me tell you, I know this information is not getting to the majority of the people. All right, so why do I know that? Let me share with you first the first mistake most people make. The first mistake most people make is they don't have a plan. They don't have a plan at all when it comes to how am I going to build wealth for myself and my family? How am I going to go from living paycheck to paycheck? How am I going to go from having just enough, right? What can I do so I can get to the land of prosperity, the land of freedom, the land of having more, having abundance, having your cup running over, pressed down, good measure, and running over, right? I know that's what you want, or else you wouldn't get up every single day going to work, dealing with bosses you don't like, dealing with coworkers you don't like, leaving your family, leaving your loved ones every single morning. Why? Because I owe, I owe. So it's off to work I go. You remember that from the little, I think it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Well, listen, I want to make sure that you don't be dopey. I want to make sure that you're able to build financial freedom. So listen, let's get right into it. Like I said, the first mistake people make is they don't have a plan, don't know how they're going to get there. Okay. The second mistake people make is for the few people who actually do have a plan, guess what? It's incomplete. Is often filled with tips and tricks. I know you hear them. I know you probably watching TikTok. I know you be watching people with these 30-second, 15-second little clips that's going to tell you how to make $1 million, how to become financially free, how to build wealth. But let me tell you, if you want to truly build wealth, if you want to truly have financial freedom, it's going to take more than just tips and tricks. All right. And so you might be asking, what is it going to take? It's going to take a holistic approach to financial freedom. That's what I want to share with you guys today. So, first of all, let me just explain very quick. Holistic. What does this word mean? What are we talking about? What am I talking about when I talk about holistic? What I'm saying is you need to have a plan that encompasses everything that you need. It's going to be comprehensive. It's going to be complete. It's not going to be just a few little tips here, a few little tricks there, a few little things. Sell crypto. All you want to do is you're going to be a millionaire if you trade stocks every single day. Guys, let me tell you, those simple little things just don't get you to the finish line. And so, what do you need? You need a holistic approach, one that's all encompassing, one that takes into account every single aspect of your financial life, right? So, what am I talking about here? Hey guys, if you're watching me, I see a couple of people on. Put your name in the comment area. I love to shout you out because I know this is valuable information. I know you're probably on your lunch break right now. I want to help you get off your lunch break permanently. All right. So, let's talk about it. So, there are literally 7 pieces, okay? 7 pieces to a holistic approach to financial freedom. And I'm going to break each one of them down for you right now. All right. So let me know if you can see this. I hope you can. This little marker is a little thin, so I'm gonna have to kind of draw it in here a little bit, right? Hopefully you guys can see this. But the first thing you want to have in your holistic approach is you want to have an income generation strategy. Okay? You want to have a strategy for how you're going to generate income. Why is this important? All money is not equal. Unfortunately, the government has set up this system whereby the workforce, right, is responsible for paying the majority of the taxes. So if you happen to be someone who is a W-2 wage earner, it has been set up for you to pay the bulk of the taxes. Okay? And so you have to make sure, if you want to build financial freedom and if you want to build wealth, you want to make sure that you have a plan, you have a strategy for how are you going to generate your income, because not all dollars are equal. If again you are generating W-2 income, you get a check, right, from your employer, it gets taxed differently than someone who gets most of their income from dividends, from stock dividends, for instance. If you have stock dividends and you keep them for a year and a day and you sell them and your stock has gone up in value, right? Or if you've received dividends throughout the year, your dividends are going to be taxed differently. Your capital gains are going to be taxed differently. The growth between what you paid in stock when you bought it and when you actually sold it, that difference, you actually paid less in taxes. So that's the reason why you find so many wealthy people who say, hey, no, 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 don't pay me a salary, or pay me just enough so I can live. I want most of my income to come in the form of stock options, right? Because when I go to sell those stock options, cash them out, guess what? That income that I generate is going to be taxed at a much lower rate. So that's one of the reasons why. JR, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining me. Let me see here. Um, yeah. Generating part, yeah. That is in the wash. That's right. That's right. So what we're talking about here is, first of all, you want to have a strategy how you want to generate your income. You want to make sure that your income is not active income, meaning you don't have to get up and make the donuts every day. And if you don't get up and make the donuts, your money stops coming in. No, you want passive income. You want that mailbox money. You want money that's going to hit your PayPal, your Stripe, or your Venmo, or your Cash App while you're sleeping. Okay? That's the kind of money that you want to be. That's what kind of money that you want to be earning. Money that can continue 24/7, 7 days a week. So you want to make sure that you have a income generating strategy that allows you to have multiple streams of income. Hopefully that income is passive and it comes from different streams and different sources, so the government doesn't tax the heck out of you. All right. So that's the first thing that you want, right? You want income strategy. What's next to have a holistic approach to financial freedom? The next thing is you want to have a strategy for handling taxes. I talked a little bit about this, but let me tell you, guys, one of the biggest expenses you're going to have over your entire lifetime is going to be taxes. We're talking about federal taxes. We're talking about state taxes. Of course, when you buy stuff, you got sales taxes and the other stuff, right? We got that. You can't avoid those things necessarily, but there's a lot that you can do to avoid paying taxes. And one of the things I have actually right now, I have a program that's actually called the Home Based Business Academy. Okay, I'll put the link in the comments below. Guys, you want to go and check that out, because if you are right now, if you are a W-2 wage earner, if you are someone who has a job and gets a check every week, every 2 weeks, every month, they are taxing you at the wazoo. And so you want to make sure that you are doing something to offset that. A home-based business is the absolute best choice for that. Okay? Because that's going to allow you to write off expenses that you are already paying for anyway. You're already paying for your rent, mortgage, light, gas, water, the use of your cell phone, cable. You're already paying for insurance. You're already getting meals and going out to dinner. You're already taking trips, right? All these things become things that you write off if they are done in your operating a home-based business. So I'm encourage you to get that program and learn how to set up your home-based business in your home so you can start to shield some of your income and reducing your taxes. So if you ever want to become wealthy, you have to get Uncle Sam out your pocket. Okay? You absolutely have to do that. All right? What else is a part of a holistic approach to financial freedom? The next thing you need to make sure that you have is you have a way of budgeting and managing your money. You have to make sure that you have a plan, you have a strategy for when income comes in, where does that money go? Where does it go first? That's the reason why so many people aren't in a position to be able to save, which is the next thing that you have to be able to do. The reason why people aren't able to save money is because they're doing the responsible thing. They're paying their bills. They're paying all the bills first. And then after they pay their bills, after they buy a few things to make them feel better, for not, being not having the financial freedom that they want. So they start buying some things to make themselves feel a little bit better. They start buying food and meals and clothes. They buy other stuff so other people can kind of give you kudos and say, "Hey, look at you, man. I see you. I see you." Those things make you feel good. They give you that dopamine, right? And so that dopamine hit is what's causing people to not manage their money, to not budget, and they overspend. And because they overspend, they can't save money. They can't save money. It's often been said, "Hey, if you don't know where your money is going, there's no possible way that you can build wealth." Some people look at it and say, "Well, I don't want to live my life on a budget, man. Life is already hard enough as it is. You got to live a little." Let me tell you something. If you learn how to put in a budget, put a budget in place, and manage your money well, if you learn where your money is going, where it's being spent, and you begin to prioritize the really, really important things in your life, what you will discover is you're actually going to have more money to live your life with, not less. If you're doing it well and doing it right, budgets are not restrictive. Budgets allow you to put the most important things in your life first, to make sure that those things get taken care of first. And then all the other stuff happens on the back end. But it makes sure that you prioritize your spending, that you make sure the really, really important things in your life gets taken care of first, especially you. You've heard it said before, what? Pay yourself first. And if you don't have any money saved, right? How can you pay yourself first? If you don't have a system for generating income, enough income, because trust me, jobs aren't going to pay you enough for you to get wealthy. They're going to pay you just enough to keep you on the job. Job stands for what? Just over broke. They're going to pay you just enough to keep you from quitting. Okay? So if you don't have other strategies for generating income, for having multiple sources of income that come into you in a way that allows you to reduce the taxes that you pay on that money, getting Uncle Sam out of your pocket. If you don't have those things set up, if you don't have a holistic approach, again, building wealth, or having financial freedom is going to be difficult. So what's next? Let me know if this is making sense, guys. Give me some likes, hearts, thumbs up. Let me know if this is making sense. Put a comment in below so I can see, if this is making sense. So what else am I saying? What else is the part of a holistic approach? The next thing is you want to be able to make sure that you are using debt and credit in the best way possible. See, the banks is smart. The banks are smart. They know and understand. If I can say, hey, if I can charge you 3%, 4%, it doesn't seem like a lot of money, right? So that mortgage that you got, where you get 4% loan on or 5% loan on, right? We're looking at historically low rates. It seems like a little bit of money. It don't seem like as much. But guess what? If you buy on a $250,000, $350,000 house, if they're charging you 4 or 5% interest on that mortgage, by the time you get finished paying for that $300,000 house, you would have paid $600,000 for it. You bought 2 houses. That's the power of compound interest. Compound interest, he who receives it builds wealth. He who pays interest becomes poor. That's how the system works. So you want to make sure that you flip that. You want to make sure that you are on the other side of it. You want to make sure that you're on the receiving side of interest. So you want to make sure that you are using your debt, right? When you go into debt, you want to make sure that you're using debt in the right way. What's the right way? The right way is a way that produces income for you, or it builds what's called appreciation. So when you buy rental property, that rental property that you're buying, once you rent it out, guess what? That's income that comes to you, right? That tenant is actually paying you rent, okay? It could be even simpler than that. It can be a car that you buy for purposes of putting it on the Turo car rental platform. So guess what? That rent that comes into your household when you rent your house or rent your car or rent your Airbnb or rent anything out, that income comes to you. You utilize the income to pay the interest or to pay the debt on that asset. But what else happens? If you have rental property, the rental property should be appreciating or going up in value. As it goes up in value, what is it doing? It's building your wealth. So people are paying you to live in your property that's going up in value. Here's another beautiful thing about this. Hey, what's going on, Gerald? How you doing? How you doing, Gerald? Thank you for that. I greatly appreciate you, Gerald. If you have rental property, the other thing that you get to take advantage of, the property goes up in value, which is called appreciation. But the government, Uncle Sam, gives you the ability to write down the value of the property, which is called depreciation, which does what? Allows you to reduce the amount of taxes you pay. Guys, that's the reason why I harp on this thing and I talk about this thing so much. Is because if you don't have these things, if you don't have a holistic approach, if you don't have a strategy or a plan for these elements and these items, and I got a couple more, but if you don't have a plan for these things, you are going to get fleeced and taken advantage of. And you'll never be in a position to be able to build wealth. And I want you to be able to build wealth. But we have to play the game smarter in order to do that. So, what else is next? Because I don't want to take your time up. I know you're on your lunch break. So, what else is next besides debt and credit? If you're saving money, you want to make sure that you are investing, right? You want to make sure that you have an investing strategy because we know that you cannot save your way to wealth. Can anybody tell me why you can't save your way to wealth? It's really difficult to save your way to wealth, okay? Because there's this little thing called inflation. Inflation is a little sneaky joker. Inflation is what I call, he's your silent killer. That's your money monster that sneaks up on you silently and he takes away the value of your money because of a little thing called inflation. Over time, the prices of goods and services go up over time. So something that you bought for $100 last year now costs you $108 this year. And then next year, it's going to be $117 next year because of a little thing called inflation. So that means more of your dollars are going to maintain a standard of living. More of your dollars are going to maintaining a lifestyle. And unfortunately, what has happened since the 1970s, your income doesn't keep up. Your income does not keep up with the cost of inflation. So as a result, when you put money in a bank and they give you a 0.5%, they give you 1%, they give you 2%, but inflation is at 8%, that says, hey, you're hustling backwards. You're never going to be able to just save your money in a bank, put it under a mattress, put it under a tree. You're never going to be able to save money in order to build wealth. Your money has to be working for you. It has to be put into some type of asset, some type of investment vehicle that is going to grow over time, hopefully faster than the rate of inflation. And you want to make sure that you are doing that in a way that hopefully you don't have to pay taxes on. I have some strategies as well that can help you build wealth where you can put your money in and it grows tax free. And you can access it and utilize it when you need it tax free. Guys, we have to learn how to play the game differently, and I want to help you do that. I have one more piece that I want to share with you. Let me help you create a holistic approach to creating financial freedom. Let me tell you, it's not as hard as you may think. And I know it might be a little overwhelming for you, but trust me, I can make this thing so easy and so simple for you. Okay. Let me say I make it simple for you. But anything worth having is rarely easy. Okay. But I can make it easier. I can make it easier than having to go to a job for 40 plus years for 40 hours a week for you just to have to retire on 40% of your income, which is Social Security. And let's be clear, Social Security, probably by the time, if you are 50 or less or younger, Social Security probably won't be there for us in the way that it is now. They're going to probably require you to be 68, 69, 70 years old before you get full retirement. And those benefits will probably be reduced because our government is broke. And so they're banking on you not creating a home-based business because they want to keep taxing you because they need the money. But you're smarter than that, right? So you're gonna let me help you build a holistic approach to financial freedom. So here's the final thing. Here's the final point. The final piece, when you have a holistic approach to building financial freedom, you have a strategy for generating income that's passive, that's tax advantaged. You have multiple streams, right? And it allows you to keep having it coming in over and over and over again, and you not having to work for it. That's what an income generating strategy does. Taxes, operating a home-based business, and you guys are going to go and get the Home-Based Business Academy. I'm going to put the link below. It's going to show you how to have a home-based business at your home, so you're able to start writing off stuff, right? So even if you're getting a refund, you still overpaid because you're not taking advantage of having a home-based business. 90% of all households miss it, and the government wants you to do it. Okay? You want to make sure you have a plan, you have a strategy, you have a way for budgeting and managing your money that comes in, keeping you from paying more taxes, keeping you from paying debt, saving more money, right? You want to be able to make sure that you are establishing and using your credit in a way that allows you to generate income, for you to have asset appreciation, and for you to be able to have assets that can be depreciated, where that helps you to save on your taxes once again. All right. And the final piece is investing your savings, because we know that your savings, you cannot save your way to wealth. Your money has to be working, it cannot be lazy. And the final thing that you want to make sure that you have in place is a protection strategy. A protection strategy. Why is protection important? Let me first say, protection from what, you might be asking. I earned my money. I got it right here. It's under my mattress. It's safe. What if you have a fire? So the one thing that banks are good for, the one thing, that's all, but the banks are good for making sure that you're able to transact, that you have a way to bring money in and send money out. But if you also have some of your money in a bank, if your house has a fire, if it's flooded, if someone breaks in and takes the safe, at least if your money is in the bank, it's insured up to $250,000 per account. Okay? So in that way, banks can protect you, right, from your house burning down, or it can protect you from robbery, theft, or whatever. But what else do you need to protect yourself from? Let's keep it real. You need to protect yourself from job loss. Y'all see how these companies are laying off people now, because that's the first thing companies do. That's the first thing they can do is they can start laying off people so they can start saving some money. So you want to make sure that you have a protection strategy that secures you against job loss. What else? You want protection from sickness, from being injured if you get hurt. You want to still make sure that you have income coming in. What else? We got to talk about it, guys. If people pass away, so you want to make sure that your assets are protected in this instance. But what else? You want to make sure that your assets are protected from creditors. And again, you want to make sure your assets are protected from the government, so the government ain't going to tax you out the wazoo. You want to make sure that your assets are protected from waste and mismanagement. So you want to make sure, basically, you want to make sure that you got life insurance, but not just life insurance. You want to make sure that you have a will in place. You want to make sure that you have a trust in place. You want to make sure that if you're generating enough income, that you have an LLC in place or an S corp. Guys, let me tell you, all of these things are needed and necessary. Needed and necessary. Without each one of these elements and these items, you will miss the mark when it comes to your financial freedom. So let me say this. I would love to help you. If you do not have a holistic approach to financial freedom that encompasses each one of these elements written and that you follow it, if you don't have it, guys, inbox me, email me, comment below. Let's set up a strategy session, a discovery call, and let me help you put this plan in place, guys. Because this is the only way that you're going to be able to create financial freedom. You're not going to be able to do it by these get-rich-quick schemes. You're not going to be able to do it by crypto. You're not going to be able to do it by stock and day trading. Every time you trade a stock, buy and sell, you just created a taxable event. And if that taxable event, if you didn't hold it for more than a year, that you're going to get taxed at ordinary income percentages, ordinary income rates. So guys, listen, you have to have all of these things in place. Let me help you get there. My name is Alex. I'm a licensed financial planner. I'm a licensed insurance advisor, and I would love to help you put this plan in place. Share this video with friends, family, people that you love and you care about, because this is the kind of information people need in order to have the freedom that I know they truly want. All right. Take care. God bless. We'll see you on the next video. Love to hear your comments. Take care.